Today, we're going to show you how to replace a front window lift motor and regulator assembly on a 2008 Mazda 6. This replacement takes less than an hour and a half, so let's get started. First, move the window to the fully up position and secure the glass with masking tape or a suction cup tool. This can prevent the glass from suddenly falling down into the door frame. Next, disconnect the negative battery cable to prevent accidental actuation of the window motor. If the vehicle has the optional premium sound system package, remove the speaker at the top of the door. Now we can start the process of removing the door panel. It is held in place with a series of screws and clips. First, we'll remove 3 screws. The first screw is behind a cap in the door latch bezel. Remove the bezel and disconnect the connector for the automatic door locks. The second is inside the door pull, also behind a cap. The third is behind the puddle light lens cover. Several plastic trim fasteners secure the panel to the door around the perimeter. Disengage them with a plastic trim removal tool. Start at the bottom and work your way up. Be careful not to insert the tool in too far around the speaker. Next, push the door panel upwards to disengage the clips at the top of the door panel. Disconnect the 3 power connectors for the window controls and set the panel aside. With the panel removed, next remove the speaker from the inner door panel. This will allow you to access the window regulator and help when installing the motor to the window regulator assembly. Cardone part number 8217001DR includes an assembly of the window lift motor and regulator in one part number. The window lift motor by itself is also available as part number 8217001. On the back of the inner door panel is the window regulator drum that houses the cables. First, disconnect the connector for the window motor. Check the connector on the vehicle for any signs of melting due to a high current draw. These 3 bolts attach the motor on one side and the regulator on the other side. Remove the 3 bolts that secure the motor to the door panel and regulator. The window regulator drum may fall into the frame when you remove the bolts. You can keep this from happening by holding the regulator from behind by inserting your arm into the port where the speaker was. Carefully pull the motor off, making sure the drum containing the cable stays inside the window regulator housing. Inspect the portion of the plastic drum driven by the motor for cracks and damage. If you're just replacing the motor, you will not have to remove the regulator. Install the new motor, making sure the splines on the motor match the splines on the regulator. Reinstall the 3 bolts, and then reattach the door panel. If you also have to replace the regulator, keep the motor aside until reassembly. On the inner door panel is an access hole covered by this foam rubber. Remove the foam rubber and set it aside. Next, lower the window in the frame until you can see the 2 bolts that hold the glass to the regulator. After ensuring the glass is secure in its position, carefully remove the 2 bolts. Then, remove the 2 10mm nuts to release the regulator from the door panel. Then, carefully pull the window regulator out of the speaker hole. Install the new regulator and motor by reversing the steps, but keep these precautions in mind. Be gentle installing the regulator to the inner door panel. The drum with the cables can be dislodged from the housing if you're not careful. Try holding the regulator from behind to help stabilize the assembly. Make sure the plastic fasteners around the perimeter of the door panel are not damaged during installation. A loose door panel can vibrate and possibly dislodge during vehicle operation. Reattach the door panel. So the window is operational, but there's still one more procedure before the job is complete, and that's the power window initialization process. For the express up-down feature to work with the window controls in the door, key fob, or lock, you have to perform the power window initialization process, so the power window control module can learn the full up and down positions of the window. The initialization procedure may be different depending on the model and year. Always check the service information to verify. Here's the procedure for 2006, 2007, and 2008 models of the Mazda 6. First, turn the ignition switch to the on position. Next, press the switch of each window and fully open the window. Then, pull the switch of each window to fully close the door glass, and keep the switch pulled with the window closed for approximately 2 seconds. The door window should be back in business. I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the Cardone YouTube channel so you don't miss a tech video. Thank you for watching.